Hi there, welcome to the Call to Cinema. I am Aaron, and this is Malcolm. I have a feeling I'm going to go downstairs. Let's see how this goes, Malcolm, because right now I'm upstairs, and we have spotty internet upstairs. It's not good. It's not good at all. It is not the greatest. We have a few things to talk about. TerraVision made some major announcements this morning when I was sleeping like a little baby. You were awake for it, so you actually sent me. Hey, Andy, Robert, William, welcome, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Stuff. And so I have the announcements here. I actually brought up the video. I wondered if it was worth it to like fast forward through some of the video, or we just basically go over the announcements. I'd say maybe better. Would you say?
I think we should just do the announcements because the video wasn't that thrilling, really. It was just them talking a bit about, the resources, the elements. And it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a bad stream by any means because it was exciting in the sense of knowing what's
coming out
there. Yeah. But I feel like we could talk just as good, except for obviously about the restorations because they know that stuff.
Oh, that's the masters of that stuff. So
yeah,
there is I got a list here. I got me a list, a fancy list. Hey there, George. Welcome, man.
George. George.
5. Not only that, George was George is a brother you want. George bought his brother a PlayStation 5. That is really cool.
Whoa.
That is amazing.
George, can I adopt you as my brother? Well, I've got a PlayStation 5, but hey, I want the SpiderMan one, so maybe. What games did you get? No one. I don't know if that one's out yet, to be honest. I mean, I want that. It's slick. It's beautiful. Hey, Alan.
I just noticed
but supposed to be. You like that? Hey, Darth said yes.
Hey, Darth, man, welcome. Hey, other Alan. So, are you excited with these announcements? Because there's some here that really pique my interest.
I am. Slashers. I've got to tell you this, seriously, this true response. I was watching it. It was early in the morning, and slashers, he mentioned slashers, and I screamed and ran up and down the stairs like 6 times. I was so excited. I love that movie. Yeah, I was like a little girl. It was like it was prom time. I was like, whoa, it's absolutely amazing movie. Somebody recommended it to me years ago. It's something that I shared with a friend who basically we got into the movie. We wanted a Blu-ray. So as soon as it was announced, I was like, oh my word. And I was so excited.
And that one, just to make sure I got it correct, that's the 2001 one, right? The one with the...
That's the 2001 one, yeah.
So just to give you guys like an idea, right here is the poster for slashers.
It's a masterpiece.
Like a game show-ish type sort, if I remember.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese game show, even though and basically these people go through it and they get chased by stalkers. One who's a redneck, one who's a surgeon doctor, and one who's like a priest, kind of, like a South priest. And the chainsaw one and the priest one, I believe, are played by the same guy.
Okay.
But what's more exciting about this is on the extras they found the director's cut, which is 30 minutes longer.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a phenomenal movie. I highly recommend it. I'm already planning on pre-ordering 3 copies. So yeah, it's probably gonna run out fast.
That's it.
3 copies. 1 to keep sealed, 1 to open, and the other one to pass on to a friend.
Alrighty. And so basically this is like a good version of 31.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you've seen it?
Yeah, a long time ago, because this came in 2001, I think.
Yeah. When I watched it in, I think it was 2010, 11.
So
around that time,
like probably around that time or a little bit earlier for me, around that range when I saw the film, because I didn't see it in 2001. I saw it later, but
on DVD,
early enough that I remember a bit, but not soon enough that I remember as well as you do.
Yeah. I just remember it because it had a lasting effect on me. The ending's hilarious.
That is one that a lot of people are going to be, I think, grabbing.
The only thing that would have made it better is if it had been 4K. That's the only thing that would have made it better.
Now, question: So you got the big TerraVision, like the $1,000 50 movies coming here.
50.
Feeling good, I guess, right now with these announcements.
No, I actually was extremely disappointed. I felt like it was all mostly trash, to be honest. No, of course not. I'm really excited.
Okay, let's go to number 2. What's the second announcement?
Have you got them on your thing, or did you want me to say?
Well, I got them here, but I like on my phone. But either way,
okay.
You can just say, and I'll go through them. That way, I can just go right to
that. Let me just get the thing I sent you. Okay, the next one, because we're going to do an order, right? Because we didn't say because Slashes was further down.
Yeah, well, we can go in order now if you want to. Whatever you want to.
Okay, Malum 4K 2023.
Malum, right? This one I don't know.
Malum, yeah.
Like the cover looked absolutely fascinating. Like the picture. For those that have not seen it, it's get ready for a little bit of blood. Yes, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman is right. That really, really bummed me out actually yesterday.
That is depressing.
And he did leave a message. Actually, he left a message for his fans. Got SpiderMan, the Callisto Protocol, Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six, Extraction, Modern Warfare, and that's the ones he's got so far.
Aye, that's not a bad collection to start off with. I played hundreds of hours of the original PS4 Rainbow Six. Not so much Extraction because I played it. I didn't like the mechanics as much, but I think it might be because I didn't get into it much. But that's a great list. I've got quite a few. I've got 15 games at the minute. And a few pre-ordered, like Spider-Man 2. I want to get Wolverine. I want to pick up God of War, Ragnarok. What else have I got? Resident Evil 4. All those things and the wrestling games. So I need to get into them, but I just haven't played much of them. So.
Oh, I got to do this thing, don't I? I'm a YouTube person. I totally forget this. Like, share, subscribe if you want to. Super chat, donate, or super sticker. It all helps the channel. Don't forget, at 4:30 we're going over to Patreon to do Melusine, because here's the thing: we are not going to do Melusine on here. We don't want to be shackled to YouTube just telling us. We're going to go over where we can actually talk about it in detail. Boom,
I'm gonna get serious here now for a minute. When we go over, I've got a metal thong, and I'm just gonna sit in that. No, in all seriousness, though, guys, join us over there definitely for the thing, because it's going to be an incredible thing. Because not only is I can never say the name of the site. What's the site name? Melusine, right?
Yeah,
Melusine. Melusine opening, but also you'll get to find out what the new Vinegar Syndrome titles are as well on the other side, probably after.
Exactly. We'll be diving into both of those.
So it's going to be a nice, decent length video as well. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Question: do you know much about this film here?
I had no idea what the film was.
Looks gorgeous. Where'd you go? Oh, there we go.
Oh, I am. I know it's a remake, apparently. I was talking to someone about it. They said it was a remake of another film.
Oh, really? Have I seen the other film then?
But I'm not sure what film that was. Let me see if I can look back in my messages. Because the person I was talking to, where are we? Let's have a look.
So it's like definitely a different.
Okay. Malum is a remake of Late Shift from the same director.
Really? Okay, so I know Late Shift. I know Late Shift well. Late Shift is an excellent film, actually. Did you see Late Shift?
When was it made? Because sometimes I get these confused, like 12-hour shift, 24-hour shift, late shift, night shift,
Late Shift was, God, that was back in, I'm going to check here now, 2014.
2014. So it's possible. Let me have a look. And I'll say, because I know by cover art.
Yes.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like the Rookie. I remember that film, actually. So, damn. That's actually makes it even more exciting. Because I like Late Shift a lot, actually.
Where's the problem with mine?
You don't see Late Shift?
No.
I thought it was creepy. Anybody else like Late Shift? Like in any? Anthony de Blasio directed it.
Right. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I think I've seen it. I can't remember much, but I didn't want to. I don't want to drag on the thing. Yeah, so they did a remake of it to make it, I guess, to improve it with further effects and stuff.
He did Dread too, which I kind of like, so that's actually not bad.
I like Dread.
And what's next?
The next one is, and I hope you're ready for this, Shrek.
You say Shrek?
And before, yeah, Shrek. It's Shrek. Yeah, that's right. The Mike Myers movie series is coming out through them on 4K. No, this is Shrek from 1990.
So it's Carol Dunham, right?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Roger, Neil, and Mike are horror movie fans of the mock seance to bring Nazi psycho Max Shrek back from the dead. Unfortunately, the seance works and Shrek wreaks havoc in our time and in his. It's got an actor named Don Adams, which I'm guessing is not that Don Adams.
Oh, that's one way to say. You just reminded me. Quickly, sorry to completely break this up, but I just want to say this because I thought it was really weird. So I was looking up Kay Parker, right?
Okay.
And it said she did stunts in one movie, right?
Which one?
And The Nude Bomb with Don Adams.
Stunt, which I'm guessing maybe stunts for the actress, because I don't. The Nude Bomb didn't have Barbara Feldon. It had another actress in the role, because Barbara, unfortunately, to the dismay of absolutely everybody that grew up watching Get Smart, the announcement that they're doing a movie called The Nude Bomb that was going to have like a little bit of nudity excited absolutely every guy that watched Get Smart because Barbara Feldon. Then the announcement that Barbara Feldon wasn't going to be in it saddened everybody that was going to watch The Nude Bomb.
She was gorgeous in the day.
Stunning. She who was the actress that took over? Actually, I want to know. We're going to look. I'm going to check.
I got close because they brought it back, didn't they, for the revival horrible series?
They did the other one. Let's see who we got here. No, it can't be. It is Sylvia Crystal. I thought it was. Yeah, Pamela Hensley from Matt Houston's in it too.
I don't know if I've ever seen The Nude Bomb, to be honest.
It's not bad. Like overall, it's pretty good. And
I've seen the other film.
So what is our next one, by the way?
Our next one is Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla.
Okay, why do I know this one?
Because it's been released on DVD before. It came out through. Oh, where was it? I can't remember, but in the video they said it came out through another boutique label on DVD.
So I half think I've seen this. I half think that I saw some of it.
Yeah. I kind of remember the kind of outlines, if you know what I mean, but I don't remember the film.
Pretty much, it's the same thing with me. I know the outline movie, but I do not know the movie. I do not remember this one at all. Let's go to the next one because I don't want to talk on something that I don't know. I'm sure.
All right, Killer with an exclamation mark from 1990.
Kill her with an You know what? Kill her with an exclamation mark would make for amazing cutover film.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ice cream.
So this is Cannibalism Spree. This does not seem like my type. And I do not think I've seen this movie. So here it is right here.
Wow. Talk about looking a bit like a Hellraiser Uncle Frank ripoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think I've seen it, but it looks cheap. What I mean by that is it looks like it's low budget, maybe SOV.
That could be good, actually.
I'm not sure.
Especially
so
something
it
like
could
that.
be fun. It could be fun.
So let's
the next one, Escape from Hellhole from Indonesia.
Okay, so wait a minute. Was that ever put up before?
I do not know.
I've seen a lot of Indonesian films courtesy of Mon Macabro.
Yeah.
What year was it again?
19. It hasn't got a date. They never said the date on it.
Oh, blimey.
So the ones I put the dates on was because, the years was because I heard them say it.
Okay, well, we'll go past that one because we don't really know. Yeah, but I do like Indonesian films. So that one's actually.
Well, that one's actually on their website for sale, so you might be able to see it on there after.
It's on TerraVision's website?
I believe so, because they put 5 of them on there.
Oh, there it is, right there. Let's make sure I can show it, though. Remember, guys, when we're talking about Patreon, we can show everything. When we're talking about regular channel, we always can't.
Yep. There you go.
Escape
from Hellhole. It's supposed to be really crazy and really disturbing and messed up, because it's from Indonesia. It'd probably be the first Indonesian film I've watched from that time that hasn't got Barry Prima in.
Don't be so sure. Barry Prima sneaks up at the end just to do a cameo. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get that with this one here. So let's go to our next
one. This one's really exciting. Inferno from 1911, which is Dante's Inferno. Are
you serious?
Yeah, it's a 4K scan.
Serious.
Of course you are. We know what happened there, guys.
Incredible. It's from 1911. Can you believe that? 1911. So that's 112 years ago.
That is insane.
Yes.
That one is not here. Obviously, I'm not going to find that one on here, but that's amazing.
It is on there. It is on there. I found it earlier. Inferno.
Inferno? I didn't even look. I was like, that's going to be too old to be on there. Dante's Inferno. Okay, here we go. It is here. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that, like what feature-wise they're going to do with the.
Well, it's a 4K scan, but they did warn people that just because it's 4K scan doesn't mean it's going to look fantastic. You know what I mean?
It's 1911. You got to have at 1911. You got to limit your expectations.
Definitely.
It's still around.
I'm just amazed, to be honest, because I didn't think you could get any earlier than like 1918 and stuff. So amazing.
The succession to the passion play. Succession to the passion play. That's actually really cool. Actually, that's amazing.
That made me happy. That made me really happy that I subscribed.
Yeah, like there's a reason to be a subscriber. So which one's next? What do we go for next?
The next one is Nail Gun Massacre, your favorite.
Yes. For those that are unaware, and for those that have watched my channel for a while, you're going to understand what Nail Gun Massacre means to this channel. So I did an early kind of video podcast on this channel. It was called the Buck 98 Special, and it's called the Buck 98 Special because in Nail Gun Massacre, there's a sequence where they drive to this place, this fast food giant, and on it there's a big sign, a big ass sign. It says Buck 98, grilled cheese, I think like a Coke or something, some fries, whatever, something like that, right? He says, I'll take the $1.98 special. And she comes with a burger and it's from something from A&W is what it is. It's not at all what's on that sign. And they just like going, oh yeah, that's totally normal. But what do we do here? This is the poster right here, and this is.
Love that poster.
Well, I got this. This is actually in a red case, but not this one's not right now. I actually got to switch my case back because this was one of the original red case slasher classics collections. But I love this one right here, and this one had a bunch of features on it, so it's gonna be interesting to see a new scan for this one because this was an early scan in the film. And did you like the movie, by the way? I gotta ask.
I've only watched it once, and I found it interesting. There's some weird bits in that movie, but I think it's fun. I just don't get why they never used the nail gun. See that picture, see the poster. Why didn't they rip open the robe and go boom, boom? That would have been fun, wouldn't it?
Well, because basically it's a really cheap movie. And the nail gun, only reason nail gun was used in the first place, because nail gun was cheaper to use than a chainsaw.
It's a lot of fun, though.
Oh, yeah. When the director was making this film, the whole reason behind this film in the first place was the director went and picked up his friend who was working at a construction site. Oh. And his friend and one of his buddies was having a nail gun fight. I kid you not, really having a nail gun, shot nail gun at each other. And he's like, "Don't, you're gonna kill each other. You're gonna massacre each other." And he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea for a film."
When you know that there's geniuses of film in the world.
It is definitely a different type of film.
It's one of the better ones, though, if you ask me, of that budget.
Oh, there's so much fun with this one right here. There is so much fun to be had with this.
I found mine because I was looking for it. I found it. It was still sealed. And I found out I can sell it for £15. So I'm laughing.
Would you sell your? But here, dude, it is a slasher classics collection.
Yeah, but I've got that one coming, haven't I?
But do you want to break up your slasher classics collection though?
Oh, that's true.
Also, this is the inside cover right here.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll bring it up actually, so you can see better.
I think I saw this movie on a flight to Boca Vista.
Did you really?
It's
a fun film. And also, you want to make sure the features are the same because just like Hellraiser, are going to have sometimes there's different features as well.
That's true.
I have
to order that.
That's right. Your HMV one got canceled. So, guys, if you ordered the HMV one that was cheaper, make sure you check on that.
I was so angry.
It happens so much, though, man. It really does.
Yeah.
It is. It sadly does. What's next on the list?
What's this? I recommend you the SOB horror movie called Mr. Okay. It's Alan talking about Mr. Ice Cream Man. Again, I still need to look for that. Gator Bait and Gator Bait 2, possibly 4K release of Gator Bait, but not Gator Bait 2.
I'm excited about this. I'm a huge fan of Gator Bait. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Claudia Jennings.
I'm quite excited. So I'm quite looking forward to this because if they could do a 4K in the first one and put a Blu-ray in the second one in there, it's going to be pretty cool.
So for those that know, Claudia Jennings was this amazingly beautiful actress. She died young. She's the star of Gator Bait, and I think she starred Gator Bait 2 as well. I'm not quite sure.
I believe so.
And she did a movie, a Corman movie that I can't remember the name right now, but I got it in a set. But these are exciting ones. These are ones that I've wanted to see get an upgrade. I think this may have been Code Red that put out the original Gator Bait releases.
I think it.
So it'll be interesting to see that play for these. These are two good releases, and even if you're not into some of the more kind of the more indie stuff or the SOV stuff, this is a pretty solid one. Across the board, I think this is gonna be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, I think this is one of the higher tier ones for the average person who watches, these kind of movies.
Exactly. So, think about this. So there's a series of movies called, and you probably remember these, Malcolm, Snake Eater films with Lorenzo Lamas, right? So I think of them are kind of in the same range. They're well known for their genre.
Yeah. And they're fun. They're fun. They're fun, and they're not boring by any means.
The original bites were actually, I didn't know that, Dusty. were released by Sebastian's himself. It's a whole feature, but the animal rescue is on the disc. That is cool. It'd be nice to see them cleaned up. It really would. Cloudy Dennings in 4K. Cool. That's pretty incredible. And these films are actually a lot of fun too. So
possible 4K, just to clear that up again. Possible, hopefully.
Either way, like even on a Blu-ray, this would be really good.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Hollow Gate from 1988.
Why do I not? Why I keep hitting the wrong button? I keep taking you out.
Oh.
When you're probably the better part of the video than me today, man. I'm not gonna lie right there.
Oh no. Don't say that.
Halloween party, young boy is almost killed by his drunken alcoholic father. 10 years afterwards, the boy was on a murder spree. God, I remember this case, but I don't remember if I've seen this movie.
It sounds very generic, so that's probably why you can't remember.
Is it really?
You know,
so I don't. I mean, like, I know I've
the revenge angle. I mean, the revenge angle. City Lights presents. Oh yeah, that's the other thing they said. They said they might be releasing a lot of City Lights movies.
Yeah. So what do we know about that?
I haven't got a clue. I have no idea what movies in the City Lights presents.
Let me just check something here while we got everybody here.
But they said they're going to have a. They said they're releasing a lot more in the future, so they obviously bought a big, load of them.
So there's an acquisition of my City Lights.
Yeah.
So is that the Toronto-based one? I wonder. Because there is one in Toronto. Because there's like City Lights isn't like the. Because that's like would be some newer stuff. Let me just show you. Like, there's a Love and Saucers. So this is the website for City Lights. I'm not sure if it is that City Lights, but it is like it's a Toronto-based company. If it is,
yeah, and they look a bit artsy, really. For
you don't know. You'd be surprised though what can happen, but they definitely are. So we've done like Showgirls of Pakistan's here, Disdain Done, Funny Gull, Secrets of Color. I'm not sure if it is. That'll be intriguing, but I don't know if that's the City Lights that we're looking at now.
Yeah, it might be a different one from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, like if anybody knows, here's
let us know.
Like if you're brand new here, and you're wondering like he said that name wrong or he made a mistake, all the freaking time, dude. That's one of the things. And I love it when you say, okay, you made a mistake. Hey, you didn't get that right. Here's the right thing. This is how I learn.
Exactly. If you've got the knowledge, you can teach us as we might teach you something by watching. You never know. That's what communication is all about.
So what do we got next, man?
Mayhem from 1986.
Okay, this one sounds familiar. This one I think I've seen. All right. What the hell? No, maybe I didn't. Okay, this is the poster.
Okay, first it was the child. Oh,
okay, don't say it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to read that, but yeah.
Oh, so dear. It's a revenge movie, I'm guessing.
It looks that way.
Let me just see what I can find out about it without going on there, because, yeah.
All right.
They turned Hollywood into a war zone. On one side, like bad guys and the police. The other side, a sawn-off shotgun and a 357 Magnum. So it's definitely a unique one. We'll give it that. So let's go on to the next one. Like, what's next?
All right. America's Deadliest Home Video.
Are you serious?
Seriously?
Is that the title?
Yes, I'm not allowed to be friends.
Yeah.
I am going to kill it. I tell you that much right now. America's Deadliest Home Video. Danny Bonaduce?
Yeah.
So that is different. Let me bring that one on the screen. We can put that one on the screen.
There is.
Actually, I'd like to cover that, actually.
I think it's supposed to be kind of like a mixture of like Faces to Death and that kind of film, but I don't think it is at the same time. Do you get what I mean?
Like a fake Faces of Death type thing, I'm going to hope.
Possibly. I think so. I don't know.
Danny Bonaduce thinks. Though you think, like, some things were not meant to be videotaped is not what I would use for a tagline. Because, like, if the movie wasn't good, that would so, kind of
yes.
Hit, like, bite you in the butt.
It's SOV2, I believe. So I wonder, I'm like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
Probably not a lot, is what I say. Unfortunately, probably less than he should have got. He's actually not a bad actor. All right, and what do we got next?
I know Darth Sidious is going to love this one. The Devil's Sword with Barry Prima.
Oh yes, I love this movie. For those that don't know, I'm a massive Barry Prima fan. This was released. I actually have a Mondo Macabre DVD of this one.
So do I. I bought it recently for £35.
It's a fun one. This is with the Crocodile Queen, right? Or is it the Crocodile Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's two. There's the Devil's Sword, and there's another one that they put out.
You're talking about the Warrior, because there's loads of different ones. There's the Devil's Sword. There's the Warrior. Then if you go Germany, there's the Warrior. Yeah.
But it's like this means more.
But it's like 5 more of them. So in the series, I believe. But I think they might be released in the country.
But this is a really fun one. For those who don't know, basically it's set up. What's his name? Jaka.
His name's not Jaka in this.
Oh, what's his name in this one?
Mandolin or something, or Mandolin. I think it's that.
Yes, I actually do have an N64. For those that are wondering, it's not just a shirt. I actually have an N64. But yeah, no, this is a fun one. So basically, there's this guy and this girl are getting married. I think it's Crocodile Queen sends some of her minions because she wants the guy that's getting married to this girl and kidnaps him. Because that's what she does. She kidnaps guys and brings them to be like her slaves, basically, her love slaves. And Mandolin sets off to save the guy and fight the Crocodile Queen. There's a lot of fun. It's insane. It's Indonesian action. It's
definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your time. So let's have a look. Next up, we've got October Blood.
October Blood, I remember actually. I like that. Let's bring that one up here.
It's funny you say that, Dusty. It's true. Indonesia's been a really underrated country in terms of film. It's been nice seeing more releases from there over the last decade. I agree. I honestly think a lot more should be released.
I got to give credit to Manda for putting out like some stuff when it comes to this. So it's hoping to see more. I'm glad to see TerraVision's doing this.
Nelson Mandela, I believe. Interesting source bit.
Mandela effect.
Brilliant.
But this one here, this is one of the many, many covers for this movie. The one I saw had like a guy with a guitar, but there's like a million different covers to this movie right here. It's a fun, cheesy little ladies flick that I liked back in the day.
Yeah, it's one of those films where I believe it had a cover a lot like Slumber Party Massacre at one point.
It did, actually. It was very much similar. I'm trying to see if I can find that cover here.
Yeah.
There's a few different ones here. But some that I can show and some that I can't show yet.
Good morning, midlife.
Welcome, midlife, man. And with Rocktober being there, Beverly Sebastian and Fred Sebastian. When I think Sebastian, I always think about like the certain singers I think about.
Yeah.
But So what do we got next?
We've got Papa Topless from 2009. It's a documentary.
I know this one. Is this one with Jim Northgate?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one where he's going to make a film 3 days?
Yes. That's the film.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I remember this doc. I really, really like this documentary. But it also was like, damn. Hey there, Wave. Welcome, man. Wave. A bit down in what he's doing. Because Wynorski made some really quality, like cool films. And now we're seeing Wynorski doing like a movie in 3 days. And, you know, I know it was kind of like sort of like a joke thing, but he ended up keeping on making movies like this. I know he made movies like the Bear Winch Project and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he made them back to back as well, didn't he?
He did a bunch of stuff like this. But this was a really good documentary. This is one I actually watched with my better half. We really enjoyed this one.
It's funny because he did films like Jess Frank in a way, where he had the same cast and different roles, recording 2 different movies at the same time most of the time. It's quite interesting. Quite an interesting character as well.
It is, and it's a great documentary. This is a great choice for television. So far, I'm going to say right now, there's been a wide selection. There's been a different array of styles of films, from like action movies, international films, horror films, comedies, documentaries. We got possibilities of 4Ks out there. Some early stuff, some stuff that's kind of like that's known that may not be well known, but it's known enough to kind of put new eyes onto television.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing that, I'm not sure who's doing acquisitions for television, but whoever you are, like, which one?
I think it's Brad Henderson who's doing that.
Brad Henderson. Well, Brad, good job, man. Really good job with your with the acquisitions on this one. There's some great stuff here, and huge props to Brad for this.
What I will say is what I like is the fact that they're mixing it up so much. It always makes each month feel more unique, you know. So you're going to end up watching. If you subscribe, it's going to end up being very different to then, let's say, if you're getting from Vinegar Syndrome every month. And I'm just talking about Vinegar Syndrome, not the partner label stuff. Yeah, because Vinegar Syndrome's quite similar most of the time in tune, you know, like. So, you know. Okay, this is interesting. So Black Cobra, the first Black Cobra, could be a possible 4K release. And then you've got Black Cobra 2, which is going to be a separate release, but it's going to be a Blu-ray.
Are we talking about the Lord Gemser one?
No, we're talking about Fred Williamson.
Oh, damn. I want Black Cobra. I want the Lord Gemser one. But yeah, I love... okay. What year is the Black Cobra?
I don't know, but you'll see Fred Williamson's name on there.
Yeah, so I'm going to go, there we go. Cobra Nero.
There we go.
Actually, I used to own one of these, like in a really bad edition.
They used to be in the 50 martial arts box set.
Okay, then I'm still on it. So there's Black Cobra right there. Good old Fred Williamson, who has not met like a really nice looking suit that he doesn't like, because he does tend to dress up really nice in his movies.
The man who won't go down for anybody, not even his wife.
There's a third and fourth I like that they need to do. I know how you feel. That is exactly how I feel about the Vice Academy 4, 5, and 6. It's driving me up the wall.
Yeah.
Interested in their national titles. Me too, actually.
I think the national titles are always the best titles for the most part, just because they're not from here or there, you know, and the culture and everything. You know, when you watch this, you get to learn more about their styles and their just the culture in general, and I like that. Like,
just like that being said, I want to bring up Black Cobra 2 here. We're at it. There's Nicholas Hammond was in that one.
Yeah.
So for those that don't remember, Nicholas Hammond, for many people growing up at my age, was Spider-Man. He was the TV Spider-Man. And
I loved him in that.
Yeah. And, of course, he was one of the kids in the Sound of Music as well. But he's mostly known for, not mostly known, he's known for being Spider-Man in the TV series. And I thought it was really good.
I think it's the Spider-Man that looks most like the animated characters. Like in the 90s version, he looks so much like him.
Oh yeah, he does actually. Because they went. It seems like they went with that because Hammond did have that look to him.
In case people don't know, that's the best Spider-Man. All right, best Spider-Man, best storylines. The villain from Death Wish 3's in one episode. So yeah,
Odd Jobs
in one
episode. Crying out loud.
Yeah, you need to go and get it. It is.
It's Cobra euphemism. You would think so, but it's not.
I didn't even know there was an angel on the cover for, but why didn't they put that in the set?
It was so Angel Undercover, the fourth Angel film, was actually a pilot for a Showtime film.
That's why then.
So it still had all the raunchy of the first three, actually a bit more. To be honest with you, and she's a different actress plays her. Actually, I'll bring it up here. I'm a big fan of the Angel series, and I agree with them totally. Actually, I really wish she would have.
I can see why Vice Academy wasn't in it 4 to 6. Not because they're bad or anything, but because you'd think that could easily be 2 sets and release over a period.
Yeah, but they didn't do the second set. So I'm going to show it to you.
I mean.
I'm going to wish that it came out. I'm just going to put that. I'm going to say that right now, Malcolm.
Oh, look at that! Oh, okay, yeah,
that's Darling Vogel.
Yeah, that poster does not look good.
Well, you got
that looks so cheap.
She, however, does look good. Darlene Vogel looks amazing in that.
Oh, she looks good.
But yeah, now
Spider-Man, phenomenal. What's
next?
What's next is Door, which is a Japanese horror movie from 1988. There are more doors to be opened possibly in the future in this series.
Oh, so that means there may be more. After several strangely threatening calls from a local salesman, homemaker becomes increasingly afraid to answer her apartment door. That sounds like an Aaron movie.
Yes.
I kid you not.
It was good. There's a lot in the series as well, but they could only get the rights for the first one for the time being.
What I do say here too is some of these covers, when it's just an Angel one, this cover right here in Black Cobra, don't have the best covers. So there's a lot that they can do, art-wise, to really make these things look incredible. And
that's what's good with that's good with the slip covers, isn't it? Really, because the slip covers are probably going to sell it more than the normal cover.
That's true, and these are. Here's the thing. I didn't know exactly where Terrorvision was going with some of the releases. Some of the early releases, I wasn't quite sure, like the Killer Refrigerator stuff like that.
Yeah, they were a bit.
Yeah. But to me, this is a company that is seriously bringing their A game.
Yeah.
And I was hopeful, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And now I'm sure.
I'll be honest with you. I did the subscription. I got a bit worried, because I was like, oh, what if I get all, But I'm going to say this right now. I believe from the stream last night or this morning, they shot up quite high on my list of excitement.
Yeah.
If this is the first starting run, because you remember, really, this is kind of like the starting year, of them being separate kind of thing. It's incredible. And the next couple of years are going to be really, really great if they keep up with great releases. So I'm hoping
to make this comparison because it's almost. Do I want to make a comparison? Okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it tentatively and understand and it's a good thing. I compare it to when I was excited when Vinegar Syndrome was kind of doing their peak stuff. And when they're doing stuff that excited me on a regular basis, as opposed to stuff that I'm not as sure about. I'm not disparaging either. When I say this, I really want to make that clear. I love what Vinegar Syndrome is doing now. It's just earlier Vinegar Syndrome was more me than maybe some of the stuff now, but it
was more exciting.
Yeah, it was earlier too. At the end of the day, it was earlier.
But
so what is the next one?
The next one is Wood Chipper Massacre. And Dusty says, yeah, I've really enjoyed the healthy mix of titles so far, and Brand's willingness to go for unknown and more obscure stuff. I agree. That's what I want. I want the more obscure stuff. I mean, when they talked about how they're going to be doing box sets before the end of the year, I was like, yes, this is what I want to see. I want to see box sets of things that haven't been out and stuff I can just sit and enjoy watching and really get into. So, yeah, I totally agree with you, Dusty. What's your mascot? I have no idea what this film is. I'm guessing it's a SOV.
Oh,
maybe.
80s, so retro 80s movie horror collection, Wood Chipper Massacre. Have you seen it?
Would it be? I've not seen it. I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
It's got to be different, like, because you can carry around a saw or axe or a nail gun, but it must be kind of like hard, like.
Oh, maybe it's the Incredible Hulk. And he throws the wood chip on him.
Or like, say he just gets one person and he's working out. It's like, once I work out, once I can lift this wood chipper, you're screwed, man.
That's how I do my weightlifting. Next one is Shadows Run Black with Kevin Costner. That was kind of exciting.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of remember this movie.
That was exciting. I'm also glad they're still bringing out SOV stuff because I didn't have money at the time for all the camp video DVDs of them. You know what? I recently, in the last year, got into SOV more. And I really think people give them bad rap, like people that don't watch them. I actually think they're well worth the time, and they've got so much heart in them. And yeah, some of them are absolutely dreadful, right? But not all of them. I mean, I found some real winners in them, but I've really enjoyed, Backwards Marcy, terrible film, but I love that film because I can see the heart and soul in it. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a massive difference. Oh, this is, okay, I've seen this. Kevin Costner, he's not the star. Is he? Like, I don't think he is. If he is, I didn't remember he was a star. But
it could be that he's in it, but not a star.
Because
I like that cover.
See, and as you can see,
on the slip cover.
One of the things we asked for, it is an erotic thriller. One of the things that we've mentioned on the channel quite a bit. Me and Malcolm have both mentioned our penchant for erotic thrillers and wanting to see more of them represented. And this is a step in that direction, which I consider a step in the right direction.
Yes, I like this. The other thing they said quickly was that they're planning on releasing all days before the end of October.
That is
because they said it was called the 13 weeks of October. Of Halloween. Sorry.
That is going to
so they're planning on releasing them. So that means I could end up with 25 more titles before the end of the year from them. Exciting. Next is Hell's Highway from 2002.
Okay, that one sounds a little familiar.
It's not quite taste for sure, but the charm is exactly. What's that?
By the way, if Shadows and Black's one I remember, then I think like Costner's in it for like maybe a scene or two. Like he's not the cover guy, but
it's the selling point, I guess.
Well, they did that with like a bunch of movies, early movies. Like I know they did stuff with Jim Carrey and stuff like different actors.
Yeah.
When Robin Williams, when the movie was, I'm not sure if it was Can I Do It? Tell Me Glasses, or If I Don't Stop It, If You Don't Stop It, You'll Go Blind. But it's one of those two films. Had one or two scenes actually with Robin Williams, and one of them was cut out. And after Robin Williams became famous, they re-released it with the men in it, and they actually got sued.
I can imagine. Hell's Highway, right? This poster looks like those early mid-2000 DVD covers where you had no idea what the film was about, other than a face art. There's so many of them, like Scream, not Scream as in Scream, but like Final Scream, Final this, Nightmare. Final Stab, all these where it was just so generic, the covers, that you had no idea from just looking at them.
I'm going to say it right now, but this poster has the Firuza Balk eyes. You know, from the craft, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Much, if you've seen the Firuza Balk, the craft and the eyes, then this is kind of what you're used to seeing when it comes to this type of stuff.
I'm going to guess from this artwork that it's going along by a cemetery on a highway that has a woman with eyes with witchcraft who takes them to hell.
Middle Life Media mentioned, "Hey, stop stabbing me" from Severin. I got to get that one. It's by the guys that made the Sonic film, by the way, just for those who don't know.
I need to get that. And
I've seen trailers and stuff up and clips, and it looks really, really good.
I didn't get that. That's one of the things I forgot to get in the cell.
Have Hell Highways one of the BCI packs? I'll have to check to see if I got that as well.
That would not surprise me. That would really not surprise me. Most of these films, like these ones, especially from the early 2000s, end up in those packs. They just don't always have the best quality, you know.
And this one is another one of those. I think this is, if I got it right, this is another one of those erotic thriller style type of films.
Okay.
So, with a bit more like a supernatural aspect to it. So what's next?
Okay. The next one is Blood Car from 2007.
Did you say Blood Car?
Yeah, Blood Car from 2007.
Anna Klumsky?
Possibly. Because they just said the thing. They didn't say names or anything. They just said that. So yeah, possibly it probably is that.
So by the way, Anna Klumsky is from My Girl. So that's the Save Gas, Drive Blood Car.
Nice.
Which is
I like it.
It's a different poster. I'll tell you that much right now. That is a girl from My Girl, right? I got to check. That is probably at the wall. Yeah, it is, because she's been on a few things since then. What was the thing I saw her in that I really, really liked? That wasn't My Girl and Gold Diggers, because I like those films. But she did. I know she was on Veep, but I think she was in Hannibal too. She was in Hannibal, right?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Yes. William Williamson says yes.
Okay, perfect. I thought she was. So what's the next one?
The Children of Violent Rome from 1976. It's Italian.
Children of what? Of Violent Rome?
Rome. Violent Rome.
Gotta love Italian titles, man. 1976, right?
Yep, 1976.
I can't show that poster. The story of a modern-day neo-Nazi youth gang that meets in a place decorated with swastikas and a poster of Führer. The members of this gangs are all bored teenagers from rich families. Too relevant, but yeah. Hey, Cinematech, welcome, man. What's next?
Tiger Joe, which is Italian, but there was no date. They never mentioned the date, so I'm not sure.
Tiger Joe. I can't imagine being too many Tiger Joes. And these are. There's one from 82, which is David Warbeck. And I know he's in a lot of Italian films. So I'm going to assume
that one.
It's by Antonio Megaretti.
Okay, that might be it, yeah.
Well, the last trips before retirement, a plane of illegal gun runners in Vietnam is shot down. We hooks up with Annabelle, a humanitarian rebel. So this may not be the title. We're just going with what it might be.
It sounds like that would be it, to be fair.
It's got the feel of it.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, TerrorVision, so far, man, you're knocking it out of the park there.
They are. The last one is The Last Blood, aka Tornado.
Last Blood, aka Tornado.
It's not called aka Tornado. It's also called Tornado.
What year is it? Sorry?
I don't know. They didn't say.
Last Blood, Tornado. Here it is. Yeah, 1983. Okay, I've seen this movie. I actually remember renting this movie on VHS back in the day.
Oh, cool.
It's right here. Like I remember it so well, actually.
So this is like Rambo then?
Yeah. The Last Blood, say? First Blood, The Last Blood. See what they did there? See how clever they are?
Yeah, I say that's clever, but I say, yeah. The Last Blood.
Trying to be Rambo-esque. Notice the Rambo.
I bet the trailer. I bet the trailer said you saw the first blood. Now watch the last.
You drew first blood. I'll draw last blood.
Exactly. I'll end it.
I like that. I like that. There we go. We should be making these trailers, man. We should be doing these trailers.
Yeah, we should. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? We've got one left, but there isn't a name because it's a 9-movie box set, but the titles were not confirmed because they were going to announce it if they got 100 new subs doing the stream.
Now, here's a good thing to know: is TerraVision region locked or is it region free? George, you live. Well, George asks, and you live in the UK.
I can tell you from looking at these for all these ones, but I've got a region locked.
But you got a region free player, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I've got a region free player. Yeah, all these ones here are region locked. So, but that could change. But I just look and be careful first, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be some.
If you've got a Norwegian player, then it don't really matter, does it? But I know a lot of people don't. So it matters.
Yeah, it's in his future. I'm going to convince him. We actually talked about that one. I actually liked The Last Shift from 2014. It's the same director too. So I haven't seen Malum. I have seen The Last Shift, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that it is still going to have that type of feel to it. I like Dread as well, which he made earlier. So we got some really interesting stuff that's coming out. This is a.
But what do you think the 9 titles could be? What do you think the 9 titles could be?
It depends. I mean, like. Are we talking like 9 titles like a franchise? Or are we talking 9 titles?
I'm guessing so.
Of like a company of like, or maybe like something like loosely connected? Because 9 titles could be like there are 9 like an actions Italian box set or a Giallo set, or could 9 titles franchise wise. Then we're looking at what's it, Children of the Corn or something like that. It'll depend. It'll depend on. I mean, either way, anytime there's a new box set that has that many titles in it, that's exciting. Then that would be interesting.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's going to be like a long-running kind of series thing of movies, you know, maybe, you know, like, because they're bringing out Kung Fu movies. So it could be something like, I'm trying to think. Like it could be like the Witchcraft series, stuff like that, but you know, smaller.
Well, it would have to be like I would be okay with the first 9 Witchcrafts because that's when the series kind of starts to fall off. With when you get into later stuff like that, but because you know, you get Witchcraft 10, 11, you're like, let's go back and watch part 6 again.
It's hard though, isn't it, to think of any long-running ones that got to 9 movies,
or that haven't had something put out already.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
like there are things that have been over 9 movies. There's the Amityville ones. There's a whole bunch of that stuff that came out. But I do think like, is it unless they like signified franchise, then I would look more towards them putting something that's more themed as opposed to franchise.
I just can't imagine them doing basically what Vinegar Syndrome's doing with a 10 movie set being different. I just can't imagine that in a minute because it seems like a pretty big gamble. Now, I don't know if I said this already, but they said with the box sets, but they're not going to take. So if you're a subscriber and you've got, let's say you've got 10 movies you paid for, if they release a 9-movie box set, then it's not going to be 9 off that thing. It'll probably be like 4. Right, but the problem for me on that is it depends on the price because in a way, if you pay 20 per disc, technically, and they charge you for 4, and so 80, but then it's like 90. It seems a little bit. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how that goes.
I'm intrigued. anything that's like a box set. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to think. I'm looking here like to see if there's anything that that could possibly be, and I have no freaking idea. You know, we're a half hour away before we go to Patreon, and then we're going to be
Wow,
talking.
that's gone quick.
It has. This has gone really quick.
How many people in the chat are going to join us?
Yeah, exactly. How many guys there are going to be over on talking to Patreon, where we actually talk uncut and uncensored about Melusine?
Yep.
Which is going to be a really, really interesting reveal.
It is.
It's quite the reveal.
We're going to be enjoying that.
I think it'll be fun stuff. I mean, I think it's going to be really fun stuff. Just had to send a message off to my mom.
Oh, yeah? Saying what? Come and watch us on Patreon.
No. But hopefully we'll get some people in here that are Patreon members that are going to be available right now. Like where it's earlier in the day, I know some people aren't going to be able to come onto the video till later on. I actually a couple of people have mentioned it to me, but we'll be definitely looking at. Yeah, we'll be definitely looking at a lot of stuff, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff to go through. Once we go over there, we're going to go through the FAQs from Melusine.
Yep.
Well, we're going to be looking at the different stuff that's coming out. We know a lot of the partner labels that are coming. We'll be able to talk a bit more about Pulse Video, Altered Innocence. I know you got a few of their releases, and they're going over to the Melusine side of things.
It's definitely going to take at least a couple of hours to look at everything, and then look at the Vinegar Syndrome side as well.
It is going to be interesting. I'm very, very intrigued by this, and it is one of the things right now where it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Intriguing?
No, not intriguing. Let me just see. It's game changing. Like once it was announced, it was game changing. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a game changer. Like Vinegar Syndrome has been Vinegar Syndrome for a long time, and we've known exactly what it's been. We've seen changes and shifts and things, some things that have been more controversial, some things that have been more well-received than others. But overall, I think still great stuff, amazing stuff being done by Vinegar Syndrome. But right now, more than anything else, interesting is a good way to put it, William. This is really going to let us know how far they're going in with the Melusine label.
Well, my view of this is, I personally think, give it a year from now, right? And we'll see what the site is like, if it's still around, if it's doing well. And with Vinegar Syndrome, we'll see how different it is. Because I've got a feeling next year's subscription is going to have a lot more different titles to it than we had this year. And what I said, I'm talking about more on the mainstream side of things. That's what I believe.
And it'll be interesting to see where we are next year with both of these, like not just Vinegar Syndrome, but the Melusine itself. See how strongly supported and what we get from it. And hope that it's not something that's just held up by partner labels, but they do some really nice stuff as well.
So I'm hoping, I think this could be a great direction, but at the same time, I think it could be a very, very bad direction. I don't know. It's like anything change, isn't it? As you've said before, it can make, it can break, it can, tear down some walls, that need to be rebuilt. It's just a matter of knowing. I mean, we'll probably know more once we see the site, see the layout, see what they're doing on the other one as well,
Because that's going to be, because it's time. It's like Matt, it's going to see, and this is the thing for me. There's a question: could it be fracturing? Could it be something that,
Well, like I said to you earlier, you can't get stacking shipping apparently on the other one, on the Melusine one, if you haven't ordered through Vinegar Syndrome first.
So
so you'll get charged twice.
Yeah. So basically, but unless you're a subscriber, subscribers get a free.
Yeah, unless you're a subscriber.
Like there's a bunch of things that we're going to be going through. I'm waiting actually, and we'll be going through the whole FAQ over on Patreon. I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And it'll be an interesting way to put it. I got the word "interesting" stuck in my head now. You got it. It's just there. But what I have to say is, this year is going to be make or break for and I don't think it's gonna be break. I think more make or break for like where to go with the adult titles. Like, and when I say break, like that's pretty dramatic. It's gonna be like basically, I guess, a way to see if they've got a solid like team for each. If they're splitting the team.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Or if like one is going to get like a higher kind of focus than the other. I would assume overall that Vinegar Syndrome would definitely get a decent focus.
Yeah.
But I would actually be on a. I'm hoping the Melusine is going to be something that brings us more to. So I'm glad right now we got Terridge's announcement. So that's a solid for collectors, especially this type of stuff. It's pretty solid. We did actually.
I did, wife.
Yeah, you had to go on and create a Melusine account. There's going to be a big sale when this starts up, by the way, for Vinegar Syndrome titles, by the way, Wave. So we'll be looking into that on the Patreon as well. So kind of make sure that you're checking out. We'll be going over some different titles, some of the different companies, and I'm curious to see how many new titles are going to be there.
Yeah.
And if I'm sure there's going to be some new titles, some like
it's got to be, isn't it?
Yeah, I would expect
it's got to be.
Maybe a okay, let me just check something here. I've got to check something.
All right. So, I reckon there will be new titles. Whether or not it's like normal with the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, it's like a few. But you got the other labels on there as well. So it's going to be interesting to go through them. Every jumping point is also a jumping off point. It's always a double-edged sword. Hard to know which way it will go. You're right on that, Warlock. I personally think it's great, but they're opening the new site because they haven't really been releasing a lot of the adult stuff on the normal site. Yeah. Because I think in the last year, only like 2 or 3 releases in the peak of armor. So it's nice that they plan on doing it every month now.
And it's interesting to see where it's going. Now we've seen we're going to see the ending of some things, some of the regular releases and the DVD stuff, some of the driving collection stuff that we've seen. So this is going to be your last time, by the way, guys, because this isn't something where they're doing a sale and it's coming back next year. Or they're doing a sale and they'll be back there. These are things that are going out, that are going to be going. Some of them will come back. Right? Some of them are just won't. So they're just not going to be there. Actually, I want to say that we don't have Casper on 4K yet. I know. Why not Casper? I actually like Casper. Devin Sawa rocks, man. There's such cult man Vinegar now, and adult titles have been mostly overlooked. I think this is good for them to be able to spotlight them while allowing Vinegar Syndrome to keep the big. I agree. I mean, I love Vinegar Syndrome. I do find that it is hard to be critical sometimes online, if you've noticed. I don't mean just be critical to be critical, because you get that everywhere, right? But literally just being just saying something. If you
go into Facebook group, that's a prime example.
Yeah, which is it's unfortunate. Because I love looking at the Facebook. There's a lot of great people on there, a lot of amazing people on there.
Yeah.
But it sometimes it tends to come into a kind of a division.
Well, I think a lot of the problem is it's the subscribers, it's the non-subscribers, it's the people that can't get so much, and it's these different groups that attack each other.
So you're saying you're one of the problems and we're being a subscriber?
Well, I don't comment on this, so but maybe I'm a lurker more than a commenter on that.
I commented on a few there, and actually I got a really nice response actually from a viewer. today, which I very much appreciated. I always love when I get that.
Was that the one about the time?
Jason, if you're right there, man, congrats! Thank you so much. But the movie just that's the thing. Like everybody has like certain movies that they like, and if you like, so if there's a movie that you don't like from it, like I didn't like a lot of people, like the majority of the people loved the Ebola serum. That was their thing.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I hate it. And but I have a reason for not liking it, and it's not just like the movie. It's it's more personal than that. I'm epileptic. I don't want to watch like seizures for like an hour and a half. Yeah, it's probably like the most anxiety-inducing thing that I could possibly watch. But that's just me. So I understand that other people are gonna like disagree with me, but hopefully not to the point where they're going to like kind of just want to go negative on that aspect of it.
I mean, personally, if I watch a film, right, to do with something that's affected me, primary example, let's say my mum died, right? So watch a film where mum dies of cancer, and it gets to me, right? I don't, it's not a bad film, but it's going to affect me. The nightmarish things that are real to us in life affect us more. And that's why we avoid these things. It doesn't mean it is an effect on the film. It could be an amazing film, could be whatever, But it just doesn't mean that you enjoy it because of that one possible thing.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I mean, like, and that's the key part with stuff. Like, unless like Cardona, who
the animal cruelty.
Screw that guy. Yeah, like there's no reason for that. I mean, like you get people like Gregorio Diodato. Notice how fancy I said that name.
You did. You said really well too. You've been practicing.
Who actually will go out there and say that he made a mistake.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. When I first watched that scene, with the big turtle, I almost was sick. That's how horrible it was for me. I turned it off. On my review on YouTube, I actually said I couldn't watch anymore.
I did. I actually did turn it off. And I don't think I watched that entire movie until I was able to find a version that was
without the animal cruelty.
Yeah. So there was a lot of people talking about what a fantastic movie it was, and I couldn't like comment to the same degree that other people could, because I hadn't seen it the way other people had seen it, and I just couldn't do it. And I knew somebody on YouTube that was like, "No, I want all the animal cruelty in, no matter what." I'm like, "No, why do you need it?" He said, "No, it needs to be the complete film," and I'm like, "At least give an option." Because at least get like I'm okay. Like if there's I'm not good with censorship. Like I don't agree with censoring stuff. However, I'll at least give an option for stuff like that because I don't think there's any need for it. And then people come across, "Well, you watch Friday the 13th?" Yes, but you don't see Friday the 13th. You know what's going on with the snake, but you really don't say anything. And I still don't agree with that.
I think it's interesting, because animal cruelty is something that should never happen anyway. But the fact that people were like, this should be, it's like if you watch a lot of old Hong Kong movies from the 80s, a lot of chickens got their heads cut off, a lot of things got in because it was, they used real animals. And it's shocking when you see it and you hear, like the commentary, this was a real animal, because you go, what a waste of life,
The way I see it, I'm going to be a hypocrite because I eat so much chicken. But if this, like I understand, like they said when the movie was being done, like when you mentioned before, they mentioned that the animals are going to be used like anyway, which okay, if like it's going to be done anyway, but that's not always the case, right? People like Bernard Jr. And I don't know the guy. Obviously, I didn't know the guy personally or anything like that, but just from his movies alone, he seemed to just like take almost a sadistic perversion in the way that he put across. Yeah, and you didn't care. Like the animals were just they were just, oh, you need some birds to go across for Beaks the movie. Let's just have some birds across. Doesn't matter what's going to happen, right? But that's me. That's my take. Everybody's got their own take on stuff like that. I have no shade on anybody that likes any of that stuff. So like, don't think I'm like I'm good down on anybody with that. It's just my own personal opinion, and everybody got one of those. With the TerraVision announcement, seems like a number of titles releases reaching a feverish pitch. It really does. It's almost insane. What's next?
I'll be honest with you quickly on this. I feel this year's been a phenomenal year for releases. I really do. I have a friend who said that he feels like all the collector's edition, all that, are going to implode soon because of the way it is. And I don't see it going that way. I reckon it's going to be maybe 5 more years of this, and then people are going to, hey, Master Chaos.
I'm going to prove you wrong today, man.
And so I just hope that's not true. But I do see prices rising more and it becoming unaffordable for people. You know what I mean?
Well, it's going to be, and that's the thing. It's there's only a certain amount you can buy. So think of it like in this way, like the streaming wars, right?
Yeah.
Only so many streaming services going to make it. So, there's so much coming out. You buy the hell out of all the great like releases that you want. Not every company is going to survive, and some will go, some will merge, some will get acquiesced. Like it's just what happens.
Well, just look at recently, the films, fractured films, I believe they're called, network. It's all going, isn't it? So it's always on a thread.
But that being said, it's always interesting to see companies get out there. I'm hoping that we're getting like TerraVision, Culture Shock, and Venture Syndrome and Severin for years upon years to come.
I believe we will.
I don't think I think they just want to get those like Cardona movies out, and they're kind of like putting them in with other releases. So they did the same thing with the Western one. They like said, "Oh, here's 2 Westerns. One's a Cardona, one's another one." But it's just a Western set. It's not a Cardona set. It's a Western set.
We've got to put them in there to get them out of the way since they paid for them.
Yeah. So like I think with this one, we're going to get Beaks and just 2 random films.
It's 3, and it's supposed to be 4.
Is it 4?
And it's supposed to be.
We'll get 3 random films that'll just like be kind of tentatively connected. It's a murder on the wall. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we've been through this. If like I'm a video game person, I'm a comic book collector too. Man, I'm juggling the chainsaws all the time. I lived in the 90s, so I was going to college in the late 80s, early 90s, during the boom of comic books. So for those that don't know, those that aren't aware, there was a big, massive like surgence in baseball and sports card collecting. It reached a peak where it just wasn't going anywhere anymore. Money was not being made. Speculators, collectors went to look elsewhere. Where they looked was comic books. They started to see like Superman, like Action Comics #1 and stuff like that, and realized, oh, we can go and like speculate on what's going to be the next Action Comics. And because of that, what happened was it went from having like DC and Marvel and a couple other kind of more independent comic companies to a huge amount of comic companies that came out. And there was a bubble, and there's more and more. There's chromium covers, and like you got your slip covers, you got your steelbooks, you got your stuff like that. There was chromium covers and lenticular covers, all that cool stuff. And eventually it got till the bubble burst. And at the end of the day, it settled down to what it is right now. So
with the ridiculous grading
thing that happens, every medium that happens.
With the ridiculous grading system, where one comic, but no one's going to get out, it's like $4,000. It's like, what the hell?
Comics on the Home Shopping Network. Back then, I remember that. Like such angst on whether to spend my dollars on movies or omnibuses. Dusty, you are on the right channel. As me and Malcolm were talking about off camera, I have that problem all the time. Right now, though, I'm not sure where you're locate that Dusty. But this time of year, usually around July, August, you're going to notice on Amazon, places like that, that the omnibus prices tend to come down. Pre-order prices.
Ridiculous from what you told me.
Yeah. So, like I'll pre-order something right when the pre-order comes up, so that I'll get the lower price. So I pre-ordered like the Micronauts, which is one I used to read when I was a kid, omnibus, and it was like $160, close to $160 Canadian, and now it's down to 98.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah. So I always pre-order early, because you can always like, especially if it's an Amazon or something like that, you can always cancel pre-order, but you can't go back and get something that's price has gone down after the price has gone.
Well, it's not just that. You know, the pre-order price is going to keep going down if it goes down.
Exactly. But if you don't,
so it's win-win.
Got a message here. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, it's more all right, but this feels like the time before the bubble bursts, and then there's more of a. I agree. I do think so. I mean, we've had so many great releases this year. There's going to be a time where you buy all this stuff, like movies and that, and then there's going to be months probably where you won't want any in a couple of years or so, like in those months. So you've got that backlog of the movies you wanted.
And that's the killer part of all this. I'm actually going to bring this downstairs. So if I do go, I do apologize. Malcolm is going to be entertain you. Dun, 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 dun. Because we are like just 9 minutes away from doing our very big, very, very fancy Patreon video where we're wearing monocles and top hats and all that stuff.
Yes.
And you'll see me now with my glasses on.
Slowly going down the stairs to not hurt your toe again.
It is what I do. So, all righty. I am going to. Can you see me? Am I super dark?
You're dark.
Says the boy in Morocco. I really am, guys. I literally just found out that I am kind of like have severe heat reaction because I'm super white, and not even a. I wish I was joking. I do, but I'm not. I just got to grab something. I'll be right back.
So I went to comics for a while. I only have a couple hundred of them, though. Switched to graphic novels instead. I used to collect a lot of comics. When I lived in America, I had hundreds of them, but I picked up. My biggest problem with buying individual comics now is they're so expensive. I mean, really, really expensive. So it pays off sometimes to get the graphic novel and to go through them. And sometimes you get extra stuff, like get all the artwork and stuff in them from the variant covers and that. So I do like that. Something has to replace the media while the strike is on. I see these releases pushing in the hole for more appeal than ever. You're probably right. But the question is, how many movies are coming out while the strike's on, like in the cinema? I don't know. Like the listing and times of when things are coming out, or if they've stopped that, but I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping to go see Saw 10 in September. So, but I think these movies that are coming out, I think people are going to start maybe relying on that maybe a little bit more because of, modern media. It has its ups, it has its downs, but I feel like if you buy from a company like TerraVision or Vinegar Syndrome or that, and you don't buy, let's say, all of the releases, there's always something very different if you're buying a few. Do you know what I mean? Like if you go down the sale when you sit, let's say you buy 8, and you buy 8 different films, you're going to have different kind of things. But if you buy all of them, right, it can get a bit repetitive. That's how I feel. And I buy all of them. So, no, I hope not. Because I just watched the trailer yesterday. Can I just say, the trailer for Saw 10, phenomenal. Makes me think about the original Saw. Makes me glad to see Tobin Bell being a big part of it again. And it just looks amazing. It does, it looks incredible.
But you know what it is now?
Oh, it's time to go.
It is time. We are almost late for a very important date.
Oh.
We will see, hopefully, a lot of you guys over on the Patreon. It is patreon.com/The Live Movie Club. Ta-da! me and Malcolm over there where we talk about Melusine in a way that nobody on YouTube will be able to talk about Melusine.
Yes.
And that's why we are doing it over there. Keeping it raw, keeping it uncut, pure, 100% grade.
Nice.
My name is Aaron. This is Malcolm, the king of extreme.
Yep, there we go.
And I will see you in about 5 minutes. I got a link to send you, by the way. I forgot to do that earlier, didn't I? Okay.
Yep. See you there, guys.